Hi, good morning. My name again is Elizabeth Adelo Shudi, and I'm here to talk to us about what real life is. On my podcast, I like to talk about things, but I use my language. That is who I am. I remember when I was going to graduate from nursing school, associates, and they were looking for a class valedictorian. And before I got to class, they had an argument because somebody suggested me. And three other girls got up and said, no, she has an accent. And I said, when I came and the class told me, I took permission from the lecturer, professor, and I said, ma'am, I do have one or two things to say. And she let me, and I told them, I'm not about to throw away everything I was from birth to the age of 28. I'm proudly an accented woman. I think it makes me more appealing. I'm not going to come here and rough the edges around trying to sound American or British. They can't speak my language. Those who can still have an accent. God created language for understanding of one another, to trade, to buy, to draw those boundaries, and to have human respect. He didn't create it to make one more superior than the other. Again, good morning, it's your girl. I said this will be about the death of wise, understanding unto non-biased victory or hate. And I know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm going to use an example. There are a lot of people in life that when we were in school, due to the dynamics of the homes that we came out from, they stayed steady. We looked at them like they didn't know what they were doing. They were omoboti, they were this, they were that, or somewhere below us. So we thought, homoyologia. And we had all kinds of names in our stupid little minds then to classify people. And today, all those that you thought were backwards, all our schoolmates and area people that we thought didn't know how to enjoy life when we started to jump into it too early, are doing well, very well. They still struggle with the same things that we struggle. They lose children, they lose husbands, their marriages break, but they are doing well. So when I say the death of wise understanding unto victory or hate, I want us to understand what we're feeling, why we're feeling it, and how, from where we're feeling it from. I have grown up to be such an adult that I've learned to see things through a dual lens. And I'll tell you, and this is actually what helped out. I posted something on Lizzie Anjorin yesterday, and she said, Emi o kin sheyin, mo baya mi jiya, mo baya mi tata, akisa to wo ni mo wo, mo baya mi fose, mo baya mi shegba, mo shomodo alamala. And I understand. I do. Because those were things that most of us growing up wouldn't have done. Those are things that while you were helping your parents do that, you ran away with a man. You left home. I was a runaway child. I started running away from the age of 13. And one of the things that attracted me to being involved in this Nigerian fracas and Yoruba life was because I understood why there was so much aid gathered. Esabod, Dorcas, Yabojo are more like me than like Lizzie. That's what I call wise understanding, knowing the difference so that as an adult that now has something that you carry and you want to be a judge, you will not be judging from your biased place. I was a runaway child. I started running away from the house at the age of 13, which is about the same age I got to know my mom. My mom had left. My father was a narcissist. She said, "Ṣé Ìyábọ̀ Òjó sọ̀rọ̀ bàbá ẹ̀ dáadáa rí? Ṣé Esabod sọ̀rọ̀ bàbá ẹ̀ dáadáa rí?" Mo understand. Òun náà ṣe sọ pé ká má búra wa. If you cross your lane and come to my lane, I'm going to curse you out. I'm going to use everything I know about you. And in her trying to defend herself, she would often say things about the traumatic parts of our lives that some of us have been through, that the enemies or the invaders of our life had also gone through. She's not talking to everybody generally. She'll be talking specifically to those people. But I understand. Because bó ṣe ń bú Esabod, bó ṣe ń bú Ìyábọ̀ Òjó, bó ṣe ń bú gbogbo wọn ó ń tàbà mí, but mo mọ̀ ó tọrọ. Because where I found myself and that kind of life that I lived, mo gbà ó tọrọ pẹ̀lú ara mi, that wasn't how it was supposed to be. That my home dynamics were wrong. That I was walking the path of destruction, but for God, through Christ Jesus, that found me and brought me onto the right path. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá ń ṣe lára Lizzy. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ rí tó búya bójú tó ní ìwọ tán ti rape wọ́n náà. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tó ń bọ́ Esabod tó fi bú pé ó lè kíní kan ọmọ títì, tẹ́yin náà ti jẹ́ ọmọ títì rí. That is not where to judge from. You begin to judge from ṣé mi gbàdúrà kí ọmọ mi kankan. Any of my children or the children of my loved ones be exposed to the dangers and the reckless life that my instabilized home life growing up had brought me. Is it a pleasure to come here and say, my father did that or my mother did that? No. But if we continue to hide the places we have been and the dynamics that pushed us to those unholy places, we will never truly help the growing ones grow. That is the thing about Nigeria. American and civilized worlds are balanced because they could use their traumas, their bad experiences to use as a lesson for the oncoming generation. They use their yesterday's mistakes to rectify today, but not us. With a dirt and a filthiness, with a past bad history and all the things that are unholy in our lives, with the mistakes that we have made, we come out without having repented and want to use the same street sense that could almost have destroyed us, that we know that are ungodly. And we go and cross the lanes of those that are living their lives in peace. I'm not going to be one of you. Yes, I was a runaway child. Yes, I've been exposed to certain things in my life that I'm not proud of. But I understand, I'm willing to give kudos to some of us growing up. Because they did not start having boyfriend at the age of 15 and 16, running away from home at the age of 13 and going to Paradiso and disco clubs and night pussycat and going to literary and debating society, that once the actual function is done, you will stay over just so that you can hang out with the boys. Today, I want to give honor to whom it's due. All my friends that have lived right. You were lucky. Your parents were great. Our parents too were great, because if nothing else, they did give us an education. You understand? We can read and write and stuff, but the dynamics, there are two parts of life. The ones you see in the physical, that wears the lace and the gold and try to be funky, and the one on the inside that truly is who we are and who God works with. Are you wise and understanding? Do you know to weigh issues from both sides? Or are you always so traumatized you don't know it's a sign of failure and weakness? When every time people bring case to you, it is always the underdog. When you see two people playing football match, you're not looking at the effort and the greatness of the winning team. You're always praying that the people that are failing win. Do they deserve to win? Are they working as hard as the people that are passing? Do you know to give kudos to whom kudos is due? When your worker comes and she dresses nice, are you one of those jealous bosses that thinks you like people that are lower than you, tattered and rags, and stay there? But you can't stand people that are higher and above than you, even if you were on the same path. But are you happy for people? Because I see people trying to say nonsense and all that. When Lizzy talks, half of what she talks and who she talks about, I am more like Iyabo Ojo. I wear the grade of what she wears. I didn't have the baseline foundation that would have made me live straight. But me, Owaja, I have not come to try to look for people. I'm not operating through just lover. I have not gathered with the evil ones. God hates this scumful. I have not formed a WhatsApp group. I am not interfering in other people's affairs and business. I'm not using Mohbad's son for funds. I am not siding with Mohbad's ex-wife or wife or widow and saying, no, she's not going to do DNA. I am not obstructing justice. I am not destabilizing the world. We have similar history. What are you using your past for? Are you truly healed on the inside? Have you accepted the portions that you played? Because there are children that will still have suffered the same things that we did at the hands of their parents, but stayed. But we couldn't. We tolerate things differently. And all the things that we saw along the way trying to fight when we were not old enough should be chalked into life's experience. The bitterness and the past of my life will not dictate what the future will be. I will not give the devil the chance to have won me way back then, put me through all those things. I will not. And still come here and try to destroy those that deservingly are doing great in their lives. I will not come here to lie to you. I understand. But if you don't look for trouble, oftentimes it's not going to come looking for you. The trouble of trying to walk in the right places and balance the financial books and know what relationship to go into and you cannot suddenly want to beat people in their lives at their games and try to recruit hate for them. Just because you yourself see the difference. If you put Yabo Ojo down and you put Lizzie and Johnny down, the difference is clear. But at one time their path crossed and they were friends. But you cannot use your street smart to come and destroy my home smart. You understand what I mean? Timbanta penny, and you like it. You can actually make a copy of the same pen. But you don't have to tag me. You don't have to say, see, don't tag me 2 million, yeah? It's not it. Come and buy this for 5 cents. No. That is why some of the mother-in-laws alive have been termed witches. Because every time you judge, you will always bring your ugly past, your unfortunate parenting, your losses of opportunities into judgment. That's why it is not everybody that deserves to be a judge. I've been watching this Regina and all that. You say Regina gave Ned life. Before Ned was popular, who knew him? Regina made him popular. Popularity, where you she. Oh, money. Power doesn't have to be popular. Ned didn't ask Regina for popularity. He automatically by default became popular because that is who Regina is and that is the life she's living. When people have marriage, we have a right to vent. You understand? When we're going through difficulties in life, we have a right to vent. We have a right to vent. But that doesn't give you the right to intrude and cap and begin to trend on topics that are family matters. Once the family unit is broken, society will continue to degenerate. I have not seen any of you online in-laws go into court and ask the judge to put you in the docket to say what you know, because we all were not there. We can only say what we think is abnormal, and saying is different from judging. Davina Green yesterday was trying to explain to everybody because people were beginning to call her a hypocrite for not diagnosing Ned Nwoko as a narcissist. It's not her place. See, the things that you don't know as ignorant, ordinary citizen living your life not in a professional field are many. But you do have cell phones. Praise the Lord, oh, hallelujah. And you have the mouth, and God has gifted you with the fluency of words. It is not our place to judge. I can come here and tell you what a narcissist is. Tommy, happy birthday, darling. Hi, and congratulations on your daughter being admitted into the Navy. We can say things generally. I can give you the signs, the traits, the symptoms, but I cannot say, Tommy, you are a narcissist. She can sue me. She would have the right to sue me because I have just medically, psychiatrically diagnosed her. So when you te kawe te ba kora yin sórí internet te nkan se ya te fi ro. In my line of work, also specifically ni share àwọn ọmọ kékèké te ro pori wọ́n yin yẹn te lọ bá wọn ṣọmọ yin o. Don't treat them like your children. Respect them as entities. But gbogbo yin le man feel pé I want to treat her like my own child. It doesn't necessarily have to be so. You don't have to treat people like your child, like your auntie, like your mother, like your sister, before you learn that you need to respect the life that God has created, a different entity that you're not responsible for, that you're not feeding or clothing. That's how come I have so many young people around me. They are not just younger to me, but they're my friends. Yes, I have friends as little as 13. They call me their friends. They are not my grandchildren. Until you remove those stupid sentiments that the African culture has mistakenly, erroneously put into us, you will stop to become the wood with which people burn their fires. You will stop to have misplaced loyalties. Let me tell you something about loyalty. I am loyal. But there's something that you don't understand. My loyalty to you is not because you give me money. It's not because I came to you and you helped me. We all need help. My loyalty is based and founded on the fact, one fact, that I agree with who you are as a person, that I respect who you are with your honor and integrity, and that we have similar principles. I don't care if you're the president of America. I don't care if you're my grandmother. I will not be loyal to you if I see you as a disruptor, a liar, a hypocrite. You will not enslave me with family bloodlines. I watched this guy, Isaboko Baka, Bako, Isabako, B-A-K-O, Omausani. He came and he said he's no longer dealing with his family. You would always want to say, I forgive, it's okay. Work with them. Because you have forgotten that your mother didn't pick you, God picked her womb to birth you. And when people are honest, integrity enough, wise, you respect them. See, it is not everything that offends us that we disrespect. First lesson. It is not everybody that is wrong that we stand to tell that they're wrong. You would lose. I keep telling you, if Tommy and I are fighting right now, how I fight Tommy will cease to matter. It is how people see me fight Tommy. And Mama Sherawa, we will always offend one another. But I have learned where Amunishishe, Amunishiso, Abaniluru Koje. You know how to trigger people to bring out the worst in them. You know. But you too will learn the wisdom. Emma Binuma doesn't mean we become friends. I still will not give you regard. I do not forget certain things in life. It has nothing to do with not forgiving. There is a place in my bones that I would have served you up to as my sibling, as a friend, that I've given you everything that I'm capable of as a human. And you go and you mess up that much. No, I'm not going to be like regular, ordinary human beings who don't know God, fear God, or have hope in God. So I'm not going to hate you as much as I used to love you. But you will never again have the privilege to occupy that same place where you were. I will talk to you as a human being. If I can and you're in trouble, I will help. But you will not be a daily part of my life. Would I remember to call you, check on you? If you don't look for me, I don't see you. And there are times when you will call me and I will not pick up your calls. I'm just being a honest human being. When a mother fights a daughter, you know what you were useful to in that child's life when you were together. Yet, you let your biases and your pride put a wedge between you. So the 6 months, the 1 year, the 3 years that you that call yourself a mother abandoned that child because she did something or said something. Now you want to come back. No, mommy, it's too late. It's too late for you to come and play the mother-in-law. When we leave the people that we were once together with that long, it's too late for my ex to come back. If he has a stroke, has a blind eye, has an accident, just his kidney left, his children will have to deal with that. It's not my business. I cannot hang my life for people who were not there for me. That is not compassion. Compassion and love and servitude does not mean that I sacrifice my life for yours. No. We will learn as Africans, by fire, by force, to respect our children, to respect those that are older. I don't have to carry triple chief title. I don't have to be related to the Senate president, because I know that the average thing an average Nigeria does is to respect you according to your wallet, not according to the breath that God has put within your heart. And I keep telling you, there will be mad people walking the street, everybody throwing stones at them. But you will stop and give them bread, not knowing that they're affiliated to somebody great that sees that kindness. You get to the next job, and that is the boss there. You get that job because of that. That is how God works. You plant in Saudi Arabia and you go reap in Jerusalem. You plant in America and your family is reaping your goodness in Lagos. That is why it's a global world. It goes round in all that we do. We do diligently, not because we want to impress. Like for instance, if I meet my friends somewhere and they disrespect me to honor somebody else that is greater, I will not forget. You don't make mistakes like that. The people that are great can get the respect and attention, but you too that are lower, I have to connect, because we're teaching them. You're teaching the millionaire how you're still humane and have time and compassion for the people that don't have, and you're teaching the people that don't have how it will be greater, even if they could walk to that and salvage themselves. What we did when we were little, who we were, where we went to, and the places that we have visited that we shouldn't. Just the same way the places that we should, that we never reaped again from. Ọlọ́run ní ṣọlá. Ọlọ́run ló ń ṣọlá. So when people talk from their places of pain, don't use that as hate. Tommy, don't use it as hate. You say she's a crazy woman, you don't like her. The same way you say a lot of us that speak the truth and stand for justice are crazy. You don't like us, but you want to wear what they wear, eat what they eat. You go make replica, duplicates of their stuff. You admire them from the distance. And no. One thing I want to tell us about our culture though, especially the mothers. I remember when my mother would have dispute with my sister or one of my siblings, and you say, oh, Kuku Kimba Soro, you don't talk to her, you don't advise her. Just because you're not getting along with my sister does not mean I don't get along with her. Don't let people pull you into their messes. I have friends who are falling out with their mothers. I have friends who are falling out with their fathers. I have friends who are falling out with their husbands. I cannot choose sides. You go resolve your issues. When I have spoken, try to explain to the older one, this is what she's feeling, this is how she is, you take it easy. But you're not into that. You want to please your Alashwebi friends and people who were not there when you birthed your child. You want to please them. I'm in control of my child. You are in control. If I come here and tell you I'm in absolute control of my son at 33, I am not in control of bills. Daniel is a man of his own. He has his mind, and I've learned to respect him. Is it time to turn the tables, parents, and begin to respect your children and stop threatening to put your finger in your private parts? All these sentiments and all these stupid agiges that some of them see, there is nothing in life that stands forever. Nothing in life. As generation to generation comes, you refine it. You throw away that part that is just blackmail, sentiment, and stupidity. Like I have some of my friends that are on diabetes and their blood numbers will be 300 and something. They have Genovia. They have medications they could use. And these are people that are absolutely non-compliant. They will eat what they want to eat, drink what they want to drink, do what they want to do, but then they check the blood sugar, the blood glucose in your presence, and it's 300 and something. And they will say, don't worry, I don't want to use it now. It will come down by itself. Really. And then they go into the story of how the people of old were not using all these things. How foolish can you be? Is it that because your parents, the past generations didn't tell you how they dealt with stuff, you just automatically assume? Do you know what herbs, complete whole herbs that put together that was serving the same purpose? You deal with your generational provision for your health and longevity according to the modernization that it has become. You don't keep seeking and using the past herbs and the past traditions to guide you, and you don't have the formula. You just have a projection that way past they used to do that. But when I tell you, okay, for mini formula, toti was scientifically proven, because you like to live risky. All the things that you're using that have not been tested, tried, and approved. Well, it's your life for me. It's your life, Bobaku. If all of us in Pueblo today enter the ground, the world will not stop. It will not stop. I just wanted you to know that when people talk, it's not necessarily us they're talking to. If you are poor and somebody abuses people that are poor, if you're rich and somebody says something to tabai as a rich person, if you're single and people talk, or they tabai as a single person, if you once were on the street and without funds and whatever it is, I cannot, because I have people around me behaving in a certain way and I have something to say, I will not say it. What matters is that I say it. I say the truth in love. I say it with wisdom. I say it so that the people that are planning to go that way do not fall into that same trap. I say it so that as parents, young ones, old one planning to break up, you can think twice and see what the heels of divorce is. I say it so that the narcissist amongst us, those that will say, the stubborn ones and selfish, helpful ones among us can realize that the world does not revolve around them. Your wife is not a slave. Your daughters are not to be given away in early marriage. If you as a man have failed and you can't meet up your responsibilities and obligations, call your family and have a meeting. Tell your children to go get work or cut down some of the privileges and benefits they get. See, most of us become so overwhelmed and bitter. It means saying, I'm not overwhelmed. I will take the picture of my balance. I'll send it to my brother. This is what I have. I'm sorry, I can't help you. I am honest and transparent with the people around me. If I'm carrying a phone and it's broken, well, yeah, you deserve to have this small phone. Oh, T-Mobile. You go. Look, I know how to spend money. I keep saying it here. If you take me to Louis Vuitton store, I know how to spend money. Oh, what they fit me, but me only jolly. Just so that I can look like that to please you. You understand? I'm open for blessings, but I will not be pushed, be triggered to go steal, kill, cheat, destroy, fuck somebody just to get it. I'm willing to stand where I am. You don't even understand what it is to work for people. So this morning, I'm again here to encourage those that are still clocking in and clocking out, or you that have just started your business and you're not where you need to be yet. It is true that we are not all going to become millionaires, but I pray that even as I pray for myself and my son, that you, your family too, will become millionaires. The insult you get on the job, I know when you vent to people, sometimes what you go through on the job, be grateful. You have used this gratitude nonsense. You want to turn it into nonsense to keep people short and quiet. You keep them silent. If you don't have time to listen to complaints, then please walk away. But nítorí pé mo wà dúpẹ́ mo dúpẹ́ fún nǹkan tọ́lọ́run ṣe láyé mi pé inú mi dùn pé mo ríṣẹ́ mi ò tọrọ jẹ, that doesn't mean I should stomach every toxicity on the job, how disrespectful my boss is, how they treat me like a slave, what my eyes see from the colleagues that don't wear the same skin as I. You can't get me to hide it all under gratitude. That's not the kind of God that I know. I have a right to vent. And when I vent, I'm not necessarily looking for advice. So for me, meaning. I just one situation can only for me. But me ò fẹ́ ya wèrè, mi ò fẹ́ sínwín, mi ò dẹ̀ fẹ́ lọ ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ sọ́nbíṣẹ́. So when I call you up as a friend or you call me up, it's not because you don't know what to do. You know what to do, but it has become something that you need to get rid of. Respect yourselves. The depth of wise understanding unto victory or hate is deeper than you think. It is being able to look at things from two sides. If I ask you what this is, you say it's a brush, but it's got bristles and it's got a small path. Are you unbiased in your views? Why do you hate that person that you hate? Some people say, I don't know what, it's my intuition, I just hate them. No! You have no right. You are not God. You are not that special or important. Your opinions don't matter that much more than any other person's. Before you can say, I hate, it's a very strong word. You say what they have done, right? You say what they have done. You have no right to hate people that you have no accusations for. And if they're close, and people that you talk to, you have no right without letting them explain to you, because things are not always how they seem. That's why I don't get into all these crazy trending issues. Because when we join hands together to destroy a life, and you find out the truth, like Iyabo Ojo did in Naira Marley's case. And she said, that's the bottom line of what she said. But if tó bàjẹ́ dé, ṣó lè tún ṣe padà. Iyabo and my sister are close, I don't give a shit. She could be my stepsister, I'll still act the same way. I have no biases, I'm not afraid. She's very close to somebody. I don't know how to hide. Let me see if I can hide it, Tommy. Let me see. Invite. Tommy, hide. You're the first person I've ever didn't see me. I don't know if it's going to work, but I just pressed start for the first time since 2007. I started doing a podcast. Yeah, camera.
Hey, Mama, how you
Hey,
doing?
what's up, sister? How you doing?
It's early morning. You know I'm still in my bed, so I'm not gonna turn this light on.
I, I love you. Happy
sis,
birthday. Happy birthday.
sis,
Happy birthday. Yeah.
sis. On point on the words. On point on the
Ah,
message. On
yeah.
point on the words and the message, because
Thank you.
people need to understand. Not even just understand. Our younger generations need to understand that what we are doing. You see, you don't have to go and be prognosing in everybody's life.
No, mind your lane. Mm-hmm.
Be your lane.
Yeah.
Be in your
Your
own
day.
lane.
Make I say my day.
Mind your business,
Uh-huh.
and do what you're supposed to do. When you
Mm-hmm.
do what you're supposed to do, what is right for you will come for you.
Exactly. You know, the saddest thing is a lot of the people that are talking, by the time you search their underpants, you will see that they have bigger maggots than you that they're talking to. They
Uh-uh.
have not packaged themselves to come online. Their children are not doing as well. Their
Uh-uh.
brothers and sisters are poorer than you are. They
Uh-uh.
are worse. but they are like the only highlight in the family, the only shining light. They have forgotten how poor their brother is, how disheveled their sister is, how broken their siblings' life are. So that's why when we come out here, we have to be humble about what we're going through, not from a judgmental part.
Sis, but on another serious note, if you're being real about the situation, it's not
Yeah.
about being humble. It's about
No, it's
expressing
not.
your true reality of who
Yes.
you are.
Mm-hmm.
If you
Mm-hmm.
can express who you are, your true reality, because
Mm-hmm.
you know there's a whole bunch of fake shit on this goddamn
Oh,
internet.
oh, not just internet and real life. People
In
that
real
are
life
afraid.
too,
And you know
Abio.
what? Somehow I have learned that there are two of them. There's the people that I know and are still doing to please, but there are
Okay.
people that are afraid to face the realities of their
Sis,
life, and
sis,
that the
that's what
reason
they
why they
call
have lost their minds.
sis, that's
Mhm.
what they call people pleasing.
People pleasers, yeah.
People pleasing. When you
But
are
how
doing
about the
people
blind leading the
pleasing,
blind?
how
You have people
see what
pleasers
I
and
don't
you have
what I
blind
don't
leading the blind. Mm-hmm.
what I don't understand about people is that when you are doing people pleasing, how do you expect yourself to elevate?
They
How
don't
do you
care because they don't
expect
know themselves. They
yourself
don't
to
know
be
themselves.
exactly?
See,
Exactly.
some
You
people
need
have
to
messed up their lives. They have messed up in their lives. Oh, that they need to want drugs ni. Then suddenly they realize, oh my God, Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ n ṣorí burúkú báyìí. À ń gbọ́ mo ti fẹ́
Abio,
bẹ̀rẹ̀. Wọ́n lọ school. Wọ́n
Abio,
kọ́ṣẹ́. Wọ́n
mm,
kàwé. Wọ́n dẹ̀ fẹ́
Abi,
lówó lọ́wọ́.
Abi. But sis,
They
kati
start
ẹ má
suddenly
sọ̀rọ̀ pé
realize
kati ẹ
how
má sọ̀rọ̀ pé
disadvantaged
ti
they
ọ̀rọ̀
are.
school. Sis,
Mm-hmm.
kati ẹ má sọ̀rọ̀ pé ti ọ̀rọ̀ school. School
Mm-hmm.
nísìn, Ọlọ́run ó ń wo bank loan tí mo ní pẹ̀lú school.
Wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ bank loan jẹ́
Ah,
àfihàn.
ah, student loan. Kati
eighty
ẹ má
thousand
sọ̀rọ̀
eighty
yẹn. But
thousand and
ẹ tiẹ̀
above
wá ní
ló kó
sùúrù. But
síwájú ẹ̀.
the knowledge of it is that if you are not invested in yourself,
In
who do
yourself.
you expect to invest in you? The society that we are in this world right now, nobody
All
is
around the
willing to
world.
invest in you. You have to
Mhm.
be willing to invest in yourself, do
That's
what
right.
you got to do, and
Mhm.
get on your B's and Q's.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. You
Nothing in
over
life is
here,
free.
sis.
Nothing in life is free.
Wo sis à ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé internet in-law àbí kíní kan ẹ
Uh-huh.
jọ ẹ ní sùúrù ẹni tó bá ṣe internet in-law they better make sure that their bank account is ready. They
Yes,
better make sure that their house is assembled. They better
that's
make
right.
sure that their shit is on point.
That's
But you
right.
sitting here, in what mobity next not can what pay
Oh, their
your
next meal.
rent or
Mhm.
your mortgage or your car notes or your light bill or your telephone bill. Oh, mobito mawa. Ó wá
Mhm.
jókòó, ó wá
Ó
ń
wá
bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí
ṣèdájọ́
máa
ayé
ṣe
owó jù ẹ
internet
lọ.
in-law. Like,
Mhm.
that's what I don't understand. Like, are you
No.
fucking kidding me? Excuse
Àní
my language
therapy ni
and
gbogbo wọn ṣe
sis.
ń bí wọ́n ti forí gbálẹ̀ therapy
Abby?
náà ń ṣe. And you
Uh-uh.
know what, they dilly dally according to their situation. Tán ọ̀bá lọ́kọ, wọ́n á sọ fún ẹ pé single girl life ló dájú. Ọjọ́ kan bá marry,
Eh,
wọ́n á ní the sweet married life ló dájú. Ọjọ́ kan bá fẹ́
eh,
ṣe second wife, wọ́n á ní mẹ́lọ lọ́hún wí. Ọjọ́ kan bá
eh,
jẹ́ first wife, wọ́n á ní kò sí ohun tó dàbí ẹ̀ láyé
Abby o.
lọ́kùnrin. Tó bá sì tún
Eh,
wà ní
ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ náà
twenty,
ló
I
ṣe
would
rí?
rather cry in a Bentley and wipe my face with dollars. Ọjọ́ tí ò
Okay
bá
now.
sí ẹ gbà mí ẹnìkan fẹ́ dà lórí irú náà wá block them, delete them,
Um,
scroll
see,
on.
on this level, bí èmi ṣe wà o, bí kí n tiẹ̀ sọ tọrọ, bí èmi ṣe wà o. Everybody stay your own lane.
Bó ṣe wà
Stay your
nìyẹn.
own lane. But if tó bá ń sọ what you are trying to achieve,
Trending ni
you
owó
need
ojú
to
pápá náà wà.
know what you're trying to achieve. Tó bá
Mm,
mọ̀ pé o fẹ́ lọ ṣe second wife, stay your lane. Huh? Ẹ ṣàmọ it says ẹ mọ irú family tèmi ti wá. I
that's
get
right.
billions of stepmothers.
Mhm.
You know that story. But still, everybody needs to stay their lane accordingly. But some of these people, it's like they don't understand.
No,
That's
because
when
it's
they
not
start
that just
doing.
nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ in our society, and it's not a particular family. Ayé tí ìyá wọn ò jẹ. The life that the mothers wish they lived is what they're trying to make their daughters, especially the prettiest one, live for them. They want to live through their daughters. And a lot of times, the fathers follow suit because Mama Wope, the daughter did not run to them to say, "Bá mi, ẹ gbà mí o, ẹ wo nǹkan tí ìyá mi
Abio,
ṣe." Instead,
sis,
daughters in families are ganging up with their mothers to try to live the past life that the mother lost.
sis. So that's a everyday story life of our culture, isn't it? Huh?
It's horrible.
Isn't it?
Terrible.
And
And then
isn't that is very disgusting? So
nobody can complain. Àbí ọkọ tí
isn't
o kọ́kọ́ fẹ́ ṣọ́kọ pé it's going to work. No,
sis, isn't
a
that
lot
very
of marriages these
disgusting?
days pápá excuse. You have
Abio,
everything to work together with nǹkan táwọn. We didn't have access as much to the internet. We have not heard so many lectures. We have not known what a narcissist can be. You know it now.
sis.
Marriage of
You
love.
know, a lot of when we talk about the word narcissist,
Mhm.
let's be realistic about this word, because a lot of people do not realize what the word is until they actually experience it, when they go through the depths of it.
Yeah.
To be quite honest with you, I didn't know what a narcissist was. I didn't even know what the word was. Okay.
Mm.
Until I actually experienced it, and I was like, oh my God. Even it was a friend that I thought was a friend that told me what the word was. Shangbomi.
Yeah.
You know, a narcissist is some is like a sneaky, well, it's
No,
like a sneaky drink.
let me wrap it up for
It's
you.
like a
The
sneaky
master for
drink.
you will
Ishamo drink,
continue.
Ishamo pe, if you have those sweet drinks, and
Uh-huh.
you put, and like the sweet ones that you
Okay,
are thinking,
that
oh,
is the
is
exact word I used in my writing yesterday. Switch. Let
aha,
me tell you, a
sweet.
narcissist is somebody that ìwọ tó bá ń fìyà jẹ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nìkan ló
Ah,
máa hate ẹ.
uh-uh.
Everybody around him will love him.
We love
They
him.
or her
We love him
only
or
tend
her.
to know how to perform.
That's right.
Because they're not human. They
At
have lost their
all.
soul. They are calculated and computerized. So
But you see,
everybody
but
tó
you
bá
see, to
wọn
that
aláàdúgbò
person.
máa love wọn. Ọmọdé máa love wọn, àgbàlagbà máa love wọn, wọ́n máa
But
máa
sis,
rẹ́rìn-ín sí
I
i,
want
wọ́n máa ra
recognize the
gift
coco.
wá,
I want
wọ́n wá bá
recognize the
yanjú
coco,
ọ̀rọ̀ ilé ẹ.
sis. I
Yeah,
want
it is
recognize
only
the
the
coco.
victims
Do
in
you
their
know?
lives that hate them.
Do you know? It's only around that one person that they're trying to be their narcissist too.
Yeah. No,
Everything that's
because they do
surrounding
a
that
victim.
person.
No, they do a victim. You use the word deceptive and sneaky. They need to have just a victim that does not have witnesses. So there is a
Exactly.
deliberate, it's a target. They can follow
They
you and try
target
to win
you.
you over for 10 years. One
See,
flower one was
sis.
not wrong. One by for
The stages, the
school.
stages are, the stages
Mhm.
are. They watch you.
They watch you.
When they watch you,
They
then
don't
they
come by, they
target
don't
you.
come by you by mistake.
They target. This is no mistake. See, narcissist does
They
not
target
happen.
you
They
because you fit
target
into
you.
the plan. Mhm.
Then they look around for the people around you that are willing to give them information, to give them, to support them, and then
Mhm.
at the same time they're sugarcoating those people, so
Mhm.
they make it look like, yes, this person needs to be the victim, the main
Yeah.
target.
Yes. Yes.
Is well calculated.
It is.
It
It
is
is. It's not
well
a mistake.
calculated. You have
Everybody
to.
will love him or her, but
uh
they will hate you and they
Then
will
at
think
the
you're
same
stupid.
time, they will start looking like, why can't you love this person? Are
Yeah.
you mad? Is there something wrong with you? But
Yes.
at the same time, these same people did not know the
No,
beginning.
they're not
They did
supposed
not
to.
know the middle. That's
They're
why
not
I
supposed to.
always say, mind your business, stay in your
Yes.
lane. You
Yes.
are not there. What you did not see, don't judge.
Exactly.
Do not judge.
Exactly.
You were not there. You were not
Mm-hmm.
there when they were fucking. You were
Mm-hmm.
not there when they were sliding left and right.
Mm-hmm.
You were not there when they were going up and down on circles or whatever the hell they were doing. But
Mm-hmm.
yet and still, you feel as though you need to put your 2 cents. Who
Yeah.
sent you?
Who sent
See,
you?
sis, I know you said you don't believe in karma, but I swear to God, I am a huge believer on
I,
karma.
the principle of karma, I do believe in, but I don't believe
The
in the word karma
principle.
because it's not
Yeah, the
biblical. It's
word,
just
yes,
me. I
the word.
believe that God
No,
takes
because
vengeance.
people
God takes
misuse it.
vengeance. He does
People
take
use
vengeance.
mis people use
Mm-hmm.
misuse the word. But I believe in the divinity. I believe in the um absolutes of the words that look, when
What
you
you do will
what
receive
you
back to
do,
you.
you will reap the rewards. If
Mm-hmm.
you do good, you will reap it. If you
Yeah,
do bad, you will reap it.
for
Stay
sure.
in your lane. Do your best to be you.
Yeah,
In this
that's it.
life,
Mm-hmm.
we are all here to learn. We're all here to evolve. We are all
And we're
here
allowed to
to
make
create
mistakes.
a legend.
We're allowed to make mistakes without them using the mistakes to
Yes.
define us or destroy us. The same way their children, their husbands, and their loved ones can make mistakes. Your children are no more special than other people.
No,
Your
they're
children make
not.
mistakes.
No, they're
So why
not.
do you understand the mistakes of your children and you go out and try to destroy other people's
No,
children?
thank you. Thank you. My thoughts exactly. I'm sitting
Why?
here, I'm like, I see, I'm gonna use everybody and just say as an example. We have families,
Mm-hmm.
and families are supposed to be able to support us, are
Yes.
supposed to. We're not talking financial, we're talking mental, we're talking being there, we're talking,
Filling the
just
gap.
words.
Yeah,
Yes,
filling the gap. Comforting.
comforting.
Comforting us.
Exactly. But it seems like some people decide that, oh, nope, you think you're gonna do better than me, I'm gonna take everything you got.
Mm.
How can you? Who
Yeah.
are you?
Yeah.
Do you know the same God that created you created me?
Mm.
Do you know
Yeah.
that
So me, I
we
said something here. There are families where they have earmarked one or two of the children as the slaves to just
uh-huh.
keep making money and funding the rest of the siblings, funding their children, funding the grandchildren. They go to
Sis,
people that
but you
they
know
know
what
in their
upsets
heart
me? Am I
are
been
not
sis, am I been
Ifelopo,
one
are
second,
not
am I been
billionaires, but they have kind heart. They are working and giving, and you are not giving anything back in return. Already as it is, those children are not the ones feeding the parents. It is these strong ones that are feeding the parents. And to every
okay
strong
now?
girl, child, boy, child around the world, I say reevaluate and have savings for your old age, because all those people you are pouring into will not pay you back.
They will not. Not
We are
even that.
giving,
Not
we are
even
giving,
that.
we are
Let's say,
giving from
sis,
lack.
sis,
So if
let's
you ask me for 1 million, I may be able to give you 700. In your heart, I've not satisfied what you needed, because when you asked for 1 million, you thought I would give you 1,000 too. But we are giving you from lack, from need,
sis,
not
let's
that
not
we
even
have
say
made
that.
the money.
Let's not even talk about money. How about the emotional part?
Look, they
How
will
about
not
the
release their
comfort?
emotion,
They
which
won't
is
even
why.
give you that.
No, let me tell you this. Let me tell you this that people don't understand. Now that you talk about emotion, I'm going to make it really straight. A lot of people that claim to love don't love. They are emotional bargainers. They do according to what they get. The minute you do less, they give less, because they see that you are somehow dependent or compassionate. So they think that their feelings matter. But once they have deprived you of what you know you deserve in loyalty and presence, then you shut the door. They cannot come in and go out the way that they
I
please,
know that's
because
right.
your life needs to be stable. Your
It
children
needs to
need to
be.
know that they have somebody somebody there all the time. You cannot do magic. Go and come. My life is not an open door for anything,
It's not the
anybody
hotel.
but blessing. It's blessings that my life is an open door for. But when it comes to people and people who can define stability of my brains, of my mental, of my life is not an open door. That is why I don't have a million friends. I
I
just
know
have,
that's right.
yeah, I just have
Sis,
people that I
sis,
call. And
you
you
know
know
me, right?
how many people keep telling me, hey, what are you doing? You internet family, you are internet family. We may never sit in that.
I mean,
Somebody said something to me on my page. He said, do give away. Now, I said, so that I can raise monsters like you. So that you can be biased about what I am. I'm not here to give away. You are watching me. Should be sending me stars and paying me money for putting my time in and speaking sense. Mi ò sọ̀rọ̀ òbò, mi ò sọ̀rọ̀ oko, mi ò sọ̀rọ̀ báyà àwọn ọmọ yín ṣe máa bàjẹ́. For
Abi.
speaking
No,
decency,
Emma,
speaking your mind. But
that's
we are all
mostly
going
what
through the
internet
things that I'm
family are
going through.
looking for now,
You should be
sis.
paying
They
me.
want you to
My
talk about.
platform will not do giveaway. This is a therapeutic form. I am not looking for approval since 2007. I posted it. I've only made $6 from Zuckerberg. They tell me do reels. What I do for 6 minutes, if I put it into reels, it will be 15 reels. That is irritating. To go on the page and just keep seeing the same thing, part one, part two, part three. I don't have time. And you come on, quick. Say what you want to say there. 2 million other channels told me. You get what I'm saying?
I
That's
feel
what
you.
life is. Value time, value life. Don't just go into all these things because other people do it. But I want to tell you, if you are a second time around, you're not the young ones in the teens and 20s, if you have been married before or you find that you are getting into that older generation age now, I'm talking about 30, 35, 32, stop waiting for Mills and Booms romance.
Amen.
There are
Amen.
cultures around the world where people give their children away in marriage. You can look at somebody's life and say, this man is honest, is hardworking, it seems nice, it treats me with respect, and you go and get married. And together your love will grow. Love grows when we have common likes, common desires, when we have mutual respect. Love will grow anywhere it has been planted.
Wealth will grow.
Set your heart to respecting others. But if you say you're waiting for a man that turns me on, and the man punches you, beats you, steals from you, disrespects you, that love will die. So all the men in life that have fallen in love with,
Let's say this. That's the
yeah,
mentality of the 20s.
mhm.
That's the mentality of the 20s, because of the 20s you're like, oh snappy, he gotta
You
do
know,
this, he gotta do that,
you
he gotta turn the
understand
tables, and then
what
let's
I'm
do the
saying?
360.
Below 30, it is okay because some of them have been able to get in there and gotten lucky. I can't talk to the 30s because I don't want to steal their adventures and experiences and, put them in fear and bondage. But we that are 35, 40, especially above 50, stop waiting for a man that you see. No, look for people you respect and admire.
Right.
The target, Lizzie Angelina once said something. She said, because she has been the only child of her mother, ilé alámàlà ló gbé, ilé pákó ló ń sùn nílé mechanic, ó máa fẹsẹ̀ rìn lọ school ni. There was no money. Àkísà tí à ń wọ̀ lòún wọ̀, àmàlà tó ń tà lòún
Wow.
ra kiri. But òun mọ̀ pé òun ò lè fẹ́ olòṣì. Ó ní àzọmọ alámàlà, òun ní target. Òun ò jẹ́ kí mẹkáníìkì tóun bá ṣiṣẹ́ tóun rí lójoojúmọ́ jábálé òun ò lóyún fọlọ́kadà. Ó ní call her what you will, but òun mọ̀ pé ojú ń pọ̀n ìyá òun, ìyá ń jẹ ìyá àwọn dẹ̀ láti kúrò nínú ìyà. Ẹni tóun fẹ́ ò lówó rẹpẹtẹ o, but ó léyàn, ó ládírẹ́sì, ó nílé. It is high time we carry each other's dreams. Don't just say, oh, fẹ́ kán rò pé kí ni kó a lọ fún lóṣì. Ọlọ́kadà náà lè tó ní Mercedes Benz tó bá ṣiṣẹ́. Most of
Abio,
and another
it's
person,
about structure.
what are you talking about? A girl can't sorrow land only no, I don't date old men. Only to Mbaba Mosoro, one masopo, I won't fair age. She was like 25, 30. Only but one sopa won't fair age around 50s and above because only back on Olu was upon Unjeko, what fed you back to Unje. Ìwọ ti dóbò, ó ti sú ẹ. You have been the village dick. You have married and divorced. Ó ti lo gbogbo ayé ẹ, community dick ni ẹ́, ó wá ń wọ́n ọmọ kékeré tó fẹ́ wá bá, ìwọ tó ń bọ́ àwọn ìyá àgbàlagbà, tó sọ pé àwọn age mate ẹ ti ń darúgbó, wọ́n rí bákan, ìwọ gan ti ń darúgbó ló dàbí ẹyẹ ọ̀ṣọ́ yìí, ó dàbí vulture, ó ti ń bọ́ọ̀dì lórí. Ó ti ń bọ́ọ̀dì
Chai,
lórí.
sis.
Tó bá wo láti nẹ́ẹ̀kì ẹ dókè, ó dàbí ti bàbá 98 ni. Tó bá wá wo àyẹ láti bí o ti gbérin, ó dàbí tọmọ 55, tá a bá wá bọ́ sí waist down. Kò ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́. I don't know why we will not learn to respect one another's aging process. Olówó gidi ló ń fọmọdé láìjọba wọn á dókó mọ́ ẹ lára. You can't help it. Ọmọ yẹn lè fẹ́ out of desperation tó bá yá, ó máa wúra ẹ̀. What I always just tell people, like I discuss with a lot of my friends, fẹ́ ẹni tí ò ní tiẹ̀ lójú. Fẹ́ni tó lè proudly sọ pé ọkọ mi lélẹ́yìí. Tó bá jó wà 10 years younger ni make sure pé kò ní bójú ẹ̀ jẹ́. Èmi ò wá bí láti wá sẹ́ni anybody fẹ́ nǹkan tó lúkálukú fẹ́ ọ̀tọ̀. Like me, I can't kò sí bọ́kùnrin yẹn ṣe lè lówó tó. Mi ò lè ṣe ìyàwó kẹrin, mi ò lè ṣe ìyàwó kẹta. Mi ò lè ṣe ìyàwó
Sis.
kejì pàápàá ibi tí mo
And
láti
killer
àtijọ́
so
mi.
ye.
And
Even
it's
second wife.
private part must be
So I
working.
know they do see, I know they do I can't.
The
I
private part
don't
must be
date I
working.
don't date
So
men
people
that
fighting
even
for
that's
different things.
married or
Yeah,
anything. I can't because I feel like no, I want my own.
I want
My
my
own
own.
is my own.
That's right.
Mo fẹ́ ṣe bí mo fẹ́ ṣe. I want to do as I
Then,
can do. I want to,
then,
Annie, even if I don't know something, teach me. I go do am. But
yes.
make I come be your second, your third. Nibo,
Mm.
are you okay? I
Oh,
beg,
ṣé
I'll
o
be
fẹ́
by
nǹkan tó
myself.
ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹn? Èmi tẹ́ ń wo, ó wá ti di ègún. You know the Bible says that in the end times, 7 women will be fighting for a man just to bear his name. Èmi ò fẹ́ gégùn, mi ò fẹ́gùn láyé mi. Mi ò wá dé orí ọkọ lèèyàn ń fẹ́. Kò ń ṣadé orí, ó kàn decorate kó dẹ̀ máa lọ. But like I said, I'm not here to judge anybody. Nǹkan tó bá fit anybody ló máa ṣe. But
Sis,
while you're doing what
make
you're
I not lie
doing,
to you. On
don't
that
now cross
note,
over. Kí la ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ tó mi mind your lane,
sis,
right? Don't now cross over to begin to
on
compare
that
us.
note, in what you just said,
Mm-hmm,
Adeori,
mm-hmm.
I've heard that word since I was 5.
Nǹkan tí Yorùbá kan tó máa fi ń sọ obìnrin lérú lé ọkùnrin ni.
You need to make
Mhm,
sure you have Adeori. You need
mhm,
to make sure you have Adeori.
mhm.
Okay.
Adé orí
Um,
jákujàku. Wàsíù
what
ní
Ade
adé
I
orí
like
yọ̀ sí.
I want to
Adé orí
understand,
tó wọ̀ sí tó wọ̀ tẹ̀ tó ní
sis,
orí ẹ tó mọ̀ fún ẹ. Mhm.
You are more Yoruba than I am. So
Yeah, I know.
please
I know.
explain to me because I don't understand. When you say Adeori,
No, you know what?
Adeori is
Oh,
supposed to be
understand.
from
Oh,
what from the
understand because.
definition. From
Mm-hmm,
the definition that I think it is
mm-hmm.
Adeori is supposed to be your protector. It's
Yeah.
supposed to support you. It's supposed to
Mm.
take care of you. It's supposed to be
Decoration
your
ni Yorùbá fi ṣe
guardian.
o. Decoration wọn ò ro support, wọn ò ro comfort, wọn ò ro progress ẹ o.
Eh,
My culture is
eh,
not thinking about that. They just want you to belong to a man so that ní lè bá ọkùnrin míì sùn mọ́. They think
ah,
culturally pé ó keep ẹsẹ̀ obìnrin close. They are not worried about the comfort of the woman.
wow,
No, it's not about the
wow.
woman. It's about them boxing you up and entrapping your life. They are not worried about the color of their adeori, about the comfort. Kó bá ní tọ́ǹsì ó léegun kó ṣáà máa gún ẹ lórí kó máa ṣẹ̀jẹ̀ ń bẹ̀. Ṣáà jókòó kó kàn mọ̀ pé ládéorí MRS Mrs.
Are you
Yeah,
actually kidding?
that is the philosophy. Kò sí wọn bá ìró débẹ̀ o. Adéorí tán bá ẹsẹ̀ ò sọ yẹn o. Láì jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀, wọ́n á ro nǹkan tí bàbá wa sí sọ
So
Adéorí
how do
ọ̀rọ̀
they
sí.
want prosper? How do they want elevation?
No, they're not thinking of elevation. Àwọn believe pé Ọlọ́run máa ṣí heaven's gate, àwa the elevation sílẹ̀. O nídìí láti make sure pé ọkọ tó fẹ́ fẹ́ kò ń ṣe tó máa lọ ní jìbìtì, kò ń ṣe tó máa kánú wá báyìí, kò ń ṣe tẹ̀lẹ̀jọ́ jókòó, tẹ̀lẹ̀jọ́ ro nǹkan pọ̀, tẹ̀lẹ̀jọ́ grow. No, 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 no. Táwọn bá ti ń rówó oúnjẹ wọn lóṣooṣù. Ìwọ dẹ̀ ló wà nú ẹ̀ ìgbọ́ ló máa dúra ẹ. Wọ́n má dẹ̀ ti bèrè owó school àwọn àbúrò ẹ̀ tó bá ti ń fún wọn lásìkò. Ìyà tó ń jẹ ń bẹ̀ wá dẹ̀ máa farada.
Wow.
You are the sacrificial lamb.
Wow.
nǹkan táwọn kà sọmọ tó gbọ́ràn sí wọn lẹ́nu nìyẹn. Nǹkan
Ah,
tó gbọ́ràn sí ìyá Yorùbá lẹ́nu nìyẹn, tó bá lè ti fira ẹ̀ ṣe firewood for the fires of the comfort of the family, then you are a good child. Ọmọ tó dá ní ẹ, ọmọ tí ò bòbí lójú jẹ́.
ah.
Kò ṣe pé òun ṣiṣẹ́ o, ò jalè o, kò ń ṣèyẹn o, ìyẹn kọ́ nọ́mbà ìsọ. O lè kọ́lé po onímọ́tò, yẹn kọ́. Òun láti lọ wá olórí burúkú ọkùnrin tó ò vẹ́ẹ̀tì fún, tó ò tí ì mọ bó ṣe máa ṣe ayé ẹ̀, kó wá fi ṣe. And my son daughter got married, a ò dẹ̀ tí fún wọn ní chance àti máa ṣe bí. Ìwọ náà ò lè ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. O lè ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Ìyá láti flẹ́ńṣọ̀ wájú eléré mẹ́.
Wow.
Pàṣẹ bí rẹpẹtẹ ká máa fi sọ̀rọ̀ wá sí ìlú.
So gbogbo nǹkan tẹ̀mí ń rò ń pé èmi kan tẹ̀mí ń rò ń pé
It's
orí
never
ajé and all that stuff is all bullshit.
It's never been. That is why tó máa rí pé gbogbo wedding tá a ṣe wọ́n náà rí ní Houston ẹ máa ṣe wedding ẹ máa celebrate 3 months later ó ti break ọmọ yẹn ti fine well ó dẹ̀ máa live happily after láì sọkọ. Yeah. I don't know what we're turning our society into. But anyways, my sister, it's been amazing having you. Thank you. I love you. I'll call you once I'm off. Love you,
All
love you,
right,
love
boo.
you.
Mwah.
Greetings to my children. Okay,
Yes,
sis.
love. Bye-bye.
Love you. Bye. So I'm going to now go into the reality of everything about the life that we're living as grown adults. Relationships have to be negotiated. Ibi tẹ́ bá ti ń fẹ́ lura yín jìbìtì, Adúnníadé, Ọlábàkàrẹ̀, hi. Relationships have to be negotiated. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ti marry láti bóyá university days or something, tọkàn yín ṣì wà together. Mo mọ̀ pé kò sí ìgbéyàwó tó easy, kò sí èyí tó smooth. Ọlọ́run á máa fún yín ṣe. Lọ́lá Ọlọ́run àti for the sake of the stability of your own life. Because when you get divorced, tó bá bọ́ sí títì, ìrìn tún ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni. People are not as kind. All the people that understood your plight will certainly not, because oh my involved láti bá ìfowó lò. So you see your friends switching back and forth. Wọ́n náà wá ráṣìírí pé gbogbo àwọn tó ń sọ fún ẹ pé kò fi lé yẹn lẹ̀, kò fi lé yẹn lẹ̀. Ayé tí wọ́n gan worse jù yẹn lọ. If you're going to get divorced, do it on your own terms. Nobody's going to tell you to. Ìwọ ló ní life, ìwọ ló ní choices, what I'm about this morning. But like me, what I want is kéèyàn kan ní àyàwó mi kó òkè mu dẹ̀ wo life wà fún mi chance mo lè gba private investigator kó bá mi tú díẹ̀ kí n wo criminal record ibi táyà mi jáde nìyẹn, because àti dá dúró kò bà mí lẹ́rù. I can go 10 years, no sex. It doesn't matter. You are not my God. I own this body. This is all mine. And I'm responsible for it. Tó bá dẹ̀ dọjọ́ ìdájọ́, ò ní síbẹ̀. Èmi, ẹlẹ́dàá mi, ara yìí gan ò ní síbẹ̀. Inú, my soul is what will be standing before the throne of grace. Mo kàn sọ ni pé before you judge somebody else, make sure pé o ní accusation nǹkan tó ti ṣe kó tó lè fi dún wọn. The fact that I was a runaway child kò mí pé tí Lizzy Anjorin bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ fáwọn ọmọ tó sun títì, àwọn ọmọ tó sá, àwọn ọmọ tó ń wọṣọ ìṣẹ́gìrì, torí aṣọ ìṣẹ́gìrì lèmi náà ṣì ń wọ̀. Àwa kọ́ ló ń bá wí, ẹni tó ṣẹ̀ lórúkọ, ẹni tó ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ wà. Don't use your lack of depth of understanding to join forces with those that are already victimized. Lizzy Anjorin is a victim. No, I'm not talking about her this morning, but I have to use her as an example because that is who you all know. And I said in the beginning, I am more. My life history is more like Iyabo Ojo's. So Lizzy Anjorin is not condemning everybody that has ever been on the street, that found one day that they were raped, or that did those things that she says Iyabo Ojo has testified with her mouth. But if she had just stayed with a testimony, what she would have been getting from Lizzy Anjorin, like what she gets from a lot of you, would have been empathy. 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 That's why when they talk about Regina, èmi máa ń wò pé Regina Daniels at 17. Orí mi ò pé rárá at 17. Mo sọ rínú bàjẹ́. Gbíjà máa jó. Kán tó lọ agolo mo ti débẹ̀. Disco girl. Èjì ẹ̀ wá lẹ lọ fa Regina fọkùnrin. I don't care if she wanted it or if somebody pushed her. The fact remains that she was married to Paned, who claims that he's only been with her 3 weeks. Lẹ́wà fẹ́ fún ẹbẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run. ẹ má jẹ́ káwọn ọmọ wa lose youthfulness wọn so soon. I can't control the world and I can't talk all about it to the world, and God did not call me to talk to the whole world. So the way I speak, Ọlọ́run coordinate mi, àwọn tó bá gbọ́ tó bá yé kán mú lò, àwọn tó bá mú lò kò ṣe nǹkan kan. Because I am the first student. Èmi ni mo kọ́kọ́ kọ́ra mi lọ́gbọ́n bí fi ń sọ̀rọ̀. It helps me reinforce my principles. And I also said that when it comes to loyalty, you cannot ask me to be loyal. So ó jẹ́ ká jọ mọ̀ ní bóyá mo máa wà loyal or not. O ò lè fún mi lóúnjẹ lẹ́nu kó gbá mi kùkù lọ́la kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ loyalty. O ò lè má bá àwọn ọ̀tá mi ṣe onítorí àjọdàgbà kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ loyalty. Loyalty, first of all, does have a foundational base. And that is the fact that I respect you. And I love your principles because they sort of are affiliated with mine. Then you get my loyalty. I will not blindly be loyal. I am loyal to those I will be loyal to. And when I see that things have changed, write me as a sensible adult. Plug loyalty, but me, where I used to love you, but now I don't. I used to respect you, but you lost. We used to be like siblings and close, but it's gone. I tell my siblings, you're line to the cross, see? Oh, they get away, but I would love you the way I should be loved. But the first thing, the first responsibility we all have is to protect our sanity and our freedom. That is very important. Don't lose freedom. Wake up on time so you can get points to buy donuts. Go and walk in the yard so that you can get points to get a can of Coke. Only man Coke soda for a whole year. Only man donut for 2 years. That's me. Lose my freedom to be in jail or prison or a mental institution. We are all responsible for our freedoms. Don't let people push you into becoming who you're not. Temptation, temptation, àìmọye àwọn tó jẹ́ pé you never think of it, ó máa bí ẹ báwo ni ṣé lóòótọ́ ni that just only fans yẹn ṣé lóòótọ́ ló bá dì ní ṣé lóòótọ́ ni kinní kan. People are looking for ways to make money because the salaries will not be enough, but instead expand. Jókòó kó bá pẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ báyàwó ẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo nǹkan tó lè ṣe. Internet has become so irritating to a lot of people that a lot of us are overlooking the wealth that is buried in there if you just do the right thing. That is why I start speaking, because I want to share businesses. I feel terrorized. I victimized. And that's why I don't do giveaway on my pages. Aláìní kan ṣe tán mọ́ mi ò mọ̀ yín mi mọ́ bí tẹ́ ti ń pè gbogbo àwọn tó wà round yín lè ṣe oore fún wọn kán fún yín kan tán bá máa fún yín èmi. Bẹ́ẹ̀ wá sí péjì mi wọ́n ń tèmi ò bí sí nítorí kò ṣerú àwọn rasmus bọ́gẹ́bẹ́ yẹn, not those nonsense low life any dreams any hope. It's not the fact that you don't have money that bothers me, but that you don't have hope, you don't have dreams, and you don't have dignity or pride. Being poor shouldn't steal your dignity. It shouldn't steal your hope for tomorrow. In the way you conduct yourself today, I will know if you have hope for tomorrow. I cannot deal with you if you're hopeless because you're a potential murderer, liar, defamer. You are a potential tool to be recruited by the evil ones on this cyberspace. That's why if you are not willing to learn, I don't want you on my platform. I want only the people that understand that because there are a lot of NGOs around the world, a lot of people. I'm just one. Even as Nigerians, I think we're, if I'm not wrong, about 250 million people. You don't have to listen to me. You can go somewhere else. I'm that confident. You're there. I'm just going to play this. This is a Bill Sinsusi. I trained up my sons, Almoto Bandit. Teach me a lot, Louis Vuitton. So, what Jagwa salary as a young man growing up. But you wà university ni ojoojúmọ́ ni gáwọn yẹn suggest let's go to the latest restaurant. Má jẹ́ kán fowó school fees ẹ̀ flenjo ìyá àti bàbá ẹ̀ kán kówó restaurant lẹ̀. When you are in the university, 50-50 ló jẹ́ ká máa ṣe. When you go out on dates, tó bá máa fa ẹ lápò yá. There's nothing saying, wrong in saying, I'm broke, my pocket money is down, because your parents are still feeding you. That is why you see our university students in Nigeria becoming hand robbers, ritualists, and because they want to live up to a certain standard. Any standard, yeah, bàbá yín ló sanwó school. Forget, tell the girls in your life. My father's money is his money. If you can't be patient enough to take me on my level until I get mine, then that girl is not for you. Let's teach our boys and men. Let's teach them. Let's teach them to be real men. Please. The dangers and destruction that I see them getting into is just too much to please what? These girls? But these girls are pushed by mothers and fathers that expect them to be the ticket out of poverty, and they're coming to your sons. I teach them because I'm not looking for somebody to misuse. I'm looking for a partner, somebody I can respect and love and stand for, somebody that somebody that my son can look at and say, this is a man. That's why I don't date. Because you'll be amazed at how many useless men are out there that because I'm wise, I'm ashamed to take home to my son as a date. Yes, a lot of them are failed themselves. How can people who have failed themselves come into your life? Narcissist. Narcissist knows himself that you cannot love him because he knows how animalistic and monstrous he is. But you will be wanting to please and love him because beginning, touch in the right places. People don't until become a narcissist. They're either fine bubble, they have power, they have money, they can fuck good. They always have a tool they're working with and they know it. They know what women want and they come at you with that. Now, the death of a lot of us women is that we don't easily accept that they are not who we thought they are. They switch on you. And for the rest of your life, if you're not careful, even after you have escaped and left them, you'll still be wishing that that romantic feel in the beginning was real. Get off the James Hadley Chase and Mills and Bones. Get off. It is what it is. Accept life for what it is so that you can begin to address it from where you can. But it is upon you to salvage what is left. Salvage what is left. The lives we lived when we were young, a lot of us cannot say here because we might be and that is not what some other people have lived. Those who didn't live it, Monati, when I got to know my mother at 13, then she said her friend had a shop at garage. New Koba, and she was like, her mara crate of minerals. The manager put one like the other one, Jeba Takini. Emi Omosurulere. Allah Maje. Timothy Waguchi. Tí bàbá mi ti ń gbé wa nínú private car. Nítorí pé mo wá bẹ́yìn ìyá tẹ̀ lówó lọ́wọ́, máa bá yín kiri mineral. I told her no. I didn't. Even when the brother came home, I said, for my mommy, when he beat me, uncle me. I was a radical. That's because my parents had put me in two lives. One was comfortable and rich, and the other one didn't have anything. It is what it is. But and I've stood as an adult and looked at the lives, the two lives I lived. Plus the third one that I found myself living in order to escape the harshness of the rich one and the ignorance of the poor one. That's me. My name is Elizabeth Adiolo Shudi. And I say, only love can save us. Only acceptance of our past. But unto victory or hate, which one are you going to be? Nobody does anything for no reason. But if it's a bono density, le density, o sanu o le fun. Kobo ni jabo. Oh no, mama so bit up there. Kobo ni jabo. Spend wisely. Save your money. Don't be ashamed to tell people, I'm sorry, I can't afford it. Koso li chale. Save what you have. The world is unstable. Life is unpredictable. Now, we're just going to play this man as featuring Sinzu. It's by Bills. I love the words, you know? Kolong Kawamashi. Yeah, this is Bills. And just indulge me, official Bills. I want to make him Therapy. You ain't on mine eyes. You ain't on mine eyes. You know your mama raised you right. My mama raised you right. You ain't on mine eyes. You know your mama raised you right. So baby, you ain't on mine eyes. She drop it to the floor, she got no manners. Swing it on the pole, make you banana. So she like my juice, Santana. And now she wanna buy bandanas. She got a man too, sniper. I'ma shoot my shot like a commando. Fake niggas ain't commando, I'm realist. All up on my green like cilantro. I heard the man say, for someone to go sleep. She drop it down like no manners. She move that thing like no manners. Even her man. She kinda manage. When she go on rampage, she be wildin', make it go. Bad is it to protect our friend one. Tell me where I'm at. The women will question you. Ask the men. What the fuck is happening? Tell me what happening. It's not until you get mama don't know what you're doing, what they think she gave ya. I bet your mama don't know that you are someone's behavior. She won't know what you take on what I do is major. Somewhere in the land. Better run up from to tell me I was dancing. Ask me what's my zodiac, I told her my cancer. Thicker than this nigga, shorty look like she a dancer. Wanna get ghost, we can hop up in the van. Shorty do the most, always wanna throw a tantrum. I like to bought you. Maybe you didn't fuck up. You know that boy like this. Manners. You ain't got no manners. Always asking me for something, you must think I'm Santa. But you got a boyfriend, shorty, where your man at? Coke bottle figure, but you can't afford a Fanta. I saw that. Manners. Well, that's it. I love you all. Ariel. See you next time soon. Bye bye. Eh? Your mama raised you right, and if she didn't, you can raise yourself now that you're an adult. No more excuses. Tabati wùwà burúkú ń ta àwọn òbí wa náà máa ń ránra sí. Tó o bá bú mi, mi ò ní bú ẹ. Tó o bá lówó lọ́wọ́, màá fàdúrà ràn ẹ́ lọ́wọ́. But tá a bá kúrò nílé wa, tá a bá lọ bú ẹni tó lówó, ó ní right láti pè wá lákùṣẹ̀. You understand? Mind your lane. Your girl, Elizabeth Ajala Shudi. Here we go.